Welcome back to the FNS Development Training Series. In the last video, we learned how to create your first migration. Now, it's time to move into the core of your FNS, the task folder, where all of your backend logic lives. By the end of this video, you will understand the purpose and structure of the task folder, learn what each key file does and which ones you'll customize, and see how your backend logic connects to the ProCaaSo framework. The task folder is the backbone of your FNS application. This is where your Python code handles data processing, data management, communication with the ProCaaSo framework, and file management. Every task directory includes a subfolder called app. Required files like main.py, config.py, and fns.py, and optional custom files such as utils.py or routerfunctions.py, which extend functionality. Let's walk through each one. The main.py file launches your web application using the Unicorn server. It's responsible for starting your app when the FNS runs, so you don't need to modify this file. This file is the entry point that starts your backend server. The config.py file defines how your FNS is configured. It uses Pydantic to load environment variables and securely manage configurations. Again, this is also a default file. You won't need to edit it. Then we have our utils.py file. This is a custom helper module. This is where you put small reusable utilities, for example, retrieving a new Cindy token during local testing. Next, we have the routerfunctions.py file. This file defines the HTTP API routes, the endpoints that your front-end code will call. For example, we have the getSystems endpoint, which retrieves all of the systems in the ProCaaSo environment, and the getHistoricalData endpoint, which returns historical data for a specific attribute in the ProCaaSo framework. These routes communicate directly with ProCaaSo's internal services through the FNS SDK, giving your backend access to any information the ProCaaSo framework exposes through its available API endpoints, including system information, historical data, and other supported resources. Your views folder, the front end, will rely heavily on these routes to request, display, and update real-time data. As your application evolves, you can also customize this file to add new endpoint functions that support additional features or UI functionality. The dbfunctions.py file handles all database operations. For this specific example, it includes functions that store system names retrieved from the getSystems endpoint, insert or update event data as it arrives, and can retrieve the latest or historical values from an attribute from the ProCaaSo framework. The file management functions.py file defines all of the file storage operations that your backend can perform. These functions interact directly with ProCaaSo's storage service through the FNS SDK. They allow your backend to list files stored in your environment, download files using secure, authenticated requests, upload new files to the ProCaaSo storage database, and batch delete multiple files at once. The fns.py file is the main entry point of your FNS application. It defines how your backend behaves and how it connects to the ProCaaSo framework and how data flows between your database, file storage, and front end. Your pyproject.toml file defines your project's dependencies, metadata, and your FNS entry point. Be sure that it includes the entry point labeled as fns.py and the type as an FNS task. This tells ProCaaSo exactly how to start your backend. Together, these files create the foundation of your backend and define how data moves through your entire FNS. Now that you understand the overall structure, we can start exploring each part in more detail. In the next video, we'll take a deeper look at routerfunctions.py and build your first backend API routes.